topic. This one a little out there.
What is it?
Ice Cube.
Boy, Cube.
How do we feel about Ice Cube? Now, we all know that, for a little context for a lot of people that don't know, especially younger viewers. Ice Cube is from
younger viewers. You better get your ass off this page. Stop watching this video right now. This is not for you. Ice
Cube from California. He was a part of NWA. The main hit maker in NWA. Broke off.
Lynch Mob,
you know what I mean? Started writing movies, scripts. Friday. Are we there yet? Are we done yet? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ride along, all that. You feel me? Ice Cube's had an amazing career.
This nigga really just got on camera and didn't think to say all about the Benjamins.
Right. Oh, I forgot.
But are we there yet?
I would forgot. I'm thinking about the kid movies. You feel me? My fault.
Tripping.
My fault, man. Cube. Don't send them killers at me, man. Tube stick. You know what I'm saying? But listen.
Hot tube stick.
What do we feel about Ice Cube right now?
Ice Cube doing his thing.
I feel like
hold on.
Hold
on. What you mean Ice Cube doing this thing?
I'm just saying, living his life.
Ice Cube, he's doing a good thing for the black community, but Trump team threw him under the bus. They threw that nigga out for the open. What do you feel about that situation? Like, Trump team saying, like, look, Cube is with us. Look, we got black people around here.
Shit, they just did the same thing with Lil Wayne.
Yes.
They just did the same thing with Lil Wayne.
Like, Ice Cube has been doing this thing, and I give it to Ice Cube because he's trying to start something up. He says, my fault.
What can you say if they pointing fingers at you? You can't stop them.
That's true. But he's also tweeted out that, ever since he came out, they call him corny. They call him, they basically call him a corny ass nigga his entire fucking career. Would you agree with that?
I mean, they can call you whatever, but I mean, if you doing your thing making money, what they say shouldn't matter.
Let me jump from behind the camera.
He even started that, didn't he start that league?
No, 100%, big three. But I wanted to ask this. If I go to both parties asking, what can you do for my black people? And one says, oh, you got to wait till the election goes over.
The Democratic Party.
And I'm just saying in general, we don't got to say which one it is.
Joe Biden. You know,
but if one says, hey, you got to wait till the election and we still might not have something for you, you're just going to have to wait and see. And the other one says, well, shit, we can give you some millions as far as the 100+ millions. Mm-hmm. Which one do you think you're going to?
And you got to go with the team that's doing it. The Trump administration that did it.
Niggas just finna shuck and drive towards that bread.
Yeah. Now, his stance on it was, I don't care who wins because it doesn't really, they don't really care about us, but I'm trying to start something that helps our community out. Just like my cameraman said from behind the camera. But why do people look at Ice Cube as if he's a sellout? Because the Trump administration are actually willing to give him the money and the support that he needs to build up for the community.
Called bandwagon. Somebody don't like him. And just because that person don't like him, then that person don't like him.
Mob mentality?
Just
like it's fucking,
a lot of people who don't like what's going on don't really know exactly the inside of what's really going on out here. So
that's 100% true. There's a lot of people who get their opinion and their insight on shit that don't even know what's going on.
They just see the headline and they like, well, fuck that motherfucker because, he fucking with Trump. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to shit like that, I feel like people need to give Ice Cube a chance and actually look into what he's trying to do for the black community. He's not asking for, give me 10 million and shit like that. He's asking for, like my cameraman said,
listen,
100+ million for the black community.
What community?
The black community.
What community? Because that's the question. That's my question. And I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but what community? You keep saying the black community as a whole, my nigga, because you definitely going to need more than 100 million. You're going to need more than that.
It's like 500
million?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's like 500.
I still don't think that's enough.
It's
It
definitely
depends
not
on what
enough.
they do with it.
Well, what are you gonna do with it? You gonna give a niggas like you gonna give a nigga a YMCA
But
area?
hold on. Let me say this.
You finna give like little recreational centers here and there? Like, what are you really finna do for this community? What are you really gonna do for these different communities of black people as a whole? What are you gonna do?
Well,
They can invest in these black businesses.
they what they're supposed to be doing is buying up land
You gotta
and,
keep
and
them.
making more businesses and making things profitable, so kids can actually, or people just in general, can actually have jobs stimulating in their community, and actually have and give kids the opportunities to get out without looking at the situation like, well, shit. This dude over here, he work at like Target or something. He's making this amount, but yo, the niggas on the block, you feel me? Like, and shout out to the niggas on the block, because back in the day they were hood legends. They came through, they took care of the hood. They made sure you was straight. But they don't want, you know what I'm saying? But how he's trying to do it is to educate and put people on a different platform. He does know, and he says out of his own mouth, that these motherfuckers don't care about us, so we gotta worry about us. So it's basically the aspect of whatever little, like, not whatever little bit, but whatever you can get, go for it and take it to the next level. It's the same way how a lot of foreign people come to America with the promise of, we're gonna get this and get that. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna take this and we're gonna run with it, because if we was home, we couldn't do that. So I give him the credit for it. Like, YMCAs and stuff like that, that's probably just a smaller aspect of the situation. But 500 million, when he talked to the Democratic Party and they talk about, well, we got to see what's going on. They might come back and say, if they win, they might come back and say, yo, 500 million is a little excessive. How about you take about like 25 million and do what you can? Because now you got to go by that situation. At least they're actually trying to get the ball rolling for us. Because just before the corona happened, we got to also remember, we were having the conversations about black people need reparations. And the government, or the white people were sitting there saying, basically, we don't have the money for that. It would bankrupt the country. But when COVID happens, they come in here and make $1 trillion bills and give people money and say, nah, we got the money. So you can't use the argument that we don't have the money, because you do. You just didn't want to give it to us. So he could have been a regular person saying like, yo,
this country is so much debt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been a regular person like, yo, I'm not going, you know how when you go to a job, you want to raise? And you like, man, I don't put all this work in. I'm making 10. I really want 15. My fault. I really want 15, but, let me ask for 12. At least they'll give me 11. That's selling.
So then you gotta ask for 13.
This nigga might have went there and said, like, he said 500 million. He might have went and said, bro, we need $1 billion. And please don't tell me I ain't got it.
And this country has $1 billion just laying around. Its debt shouldn't be.
But money in itself look like it's about to be wiped out. You know what I'm saying?
And
And all of this is factual, and like all of this is like made up fucking numbers. No one has this amount of money. You couldn't take this amount of money out ever. Jeff Bezos, the richest man on the world, could not go in the bank or all the banks himself and get all this goddamn money. It's not possible.
Yeah, no, it can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have enough. They didn't cut enough trees down for that shit. We be dead out here if they did some shit like that. The whole point I'm trying to say about it is, like, I feel like people shouldn't come at Ice Cube with these type of situations with, one, not looking into what he tried to situate and what he tried to set out there, and two, look what he's trying to contribute. Because most people always get mad, like you said, the mob mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to, man, fuck that. Think about it. He's actually making a way. Akon is actually making a way in Africa. He got Akon City coming out.
True.
He lit up 300 million fucking homes in Africa with solar panels. People were looking at him like he crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Look at this situation. Like, you don't know what Ice Cube's gonna do. Like he said, when he came out, when he started riding the bus to school, they called him corny. When he was a part of NWA, they called him corny. When he left NWA, they called him corny, that he was a sellout, that he's about to flop. Making movies. They kept saying that his career won't do it. Can we at least give a man a chance to say, like, yo, we on to the next level? At least he tried. I like to see our black entrepreneur multi-millionaires actually take their money and not just say, I'm making a private school or a Magna Carta, which only the elite type of people can get to. We're going to actually put this money back in the community and make something shake. Think about most of them Chicago artists. It's like, man, when I get big, I'm gonna buy something in the hood. G Herbo literally went there and bought his school that got shut down and turned that bitch into a rec center, so people can go and actually get out the streets.
Right.
And that coming off of a great album, PTSD. That's trauma right there. But most people don't do that. A lot of people have fucking Magna Carta schools. I don't know who actually go to it, but you got to be elite to go to these schools. Diddy got his own school up in Harlem, I think. I don't know what they do at the school, but I guarantee they got the best fucking teachers.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like people got to stop with that mob mentality looking at a certain situation. If you don't like Trump, you don't like Trump. But if somebody comes to you and asks you a question why you don't like Trump and you just say he's racist, that is a good reason. I'm not going to say that. But would you rather have a person?
No, that's not necessarily a good reason because that's a personal reason.
That is a personal reason. Is he
I don't
racist?
like him
Is he
because
racist to you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like him because he's racist.
Mm.
Okay.
But it seems like he just says what's on his mind, and he'll say it abruptly. But when he goes up in there and he says, "I've done more for the black community than any other president," people will go up there and say, "No, he don't." And then other people go up there and say, "Look at the stats."
And then they'll be like, "Well, on paper, yes, yes."
Yeah, on paper it does look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but
listen,
numbers don't lie though.
Look, numbers do lie.
Numbers definitely lie.
Like, you can manipulate the fuck out of them.
I mean, you can, but
That's why he was having that. That's why if he don't win this presidency
That's
right
why
now,
they're so big on
he's
voter
gonna go to
suppression
he
and all
gonna go
that
to jail.
shit.
If he don't win this election now, he going to jail. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something to do with all the tax evasion and all that shit he was doing. And most of the people that was on his team that came in the beginning, they all in jail right now. Prison. But all I mean by this is, yo, Ice Cube done contributed too much. Too much from his raps to the songs that he wrote to the movies that he produced. We're not gonna sit up here and say Ice Cube ain't that, oh fuck Ice Cube and shit, because like he didn't produce most of these. Come on, man. Who here hasn't seen Friday? Friday?
most of the
Come
movies
on.
these people watch is produced by Ice Cube.
Come on now. The league that you said, the league is called what? The Big Three?
The big three.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. This man, he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. Give him the opportunity. Now, I believe it would be fucked up if he only did that, like, you know, in California. Now I'm like, damn, bro, share the wealth. Niggas did that. Niggas starving everywhere. Help everybody. Don't just do it in California, but I understand if you want to start there first, but, you know, don't use a whole 500 million. That's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, I rock with you in solidarity on that situation.
Give them time, we'll see.
They did throw you under the bus with that, just like they threw Lil Wayne under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't fuck with that. And people like to call Wayne crazy because some of the shit he said, but Wayne gave us too much for a motherfucker to come over here and say that Wayne is done turned up on us. Remember one thing and one thing only. Most multimillionaires who pay a lot in taxes, they're Republican. They just don't say that shit. Nobody want their taxes to be up. You seen 50 said it, he came out of the buck. Now, he don't like either one of these motherfuckers, but he said, shit, I ain't trying to pay 62%.
Period.
Out of the money I'm making, that don't really affect us at the bottom. But them niggas at the top,
You're gonna be losing that shit.
you made 10 that year? Oh, come on, bro. We need at least 3 or 4. Just cause. But nobody want to be like, you know, no one want to be like Wesley or DMX. But shout out to Ice Cube, man. Y'all got any other statements on that? Or,
Nah,
you know what I mean? Ice Cube, you doing your thing, man. We had to get a little political on y'all, you feel me? My fault for taking passion in that. You know what I'm saying? That's 8.5 seconds. He wasn't fucking with it.